Hello everyone and welcome to another video for the Ranch of Rivershine. We are on day 12 of spring, which means we're not quite halfway through because not yet, but we're working our way towards that. Our Meadow is ready for harvest, and I walked right into the quest before thinking about what I was doing. Okay, we are on to the next day of quests, which is raising foals. I've heard news from Liam that he built a fertility pasture on your ranch, and I thought I'd share with you a bit of advice about breeding horses and raising foals if you have time to come see me in town. I can't wait to see the champions you'll raise on your ranch. And Green Thumb, how have your crops been growing? You didn't forget to water them, right? I'm just messing with you. You didn't need to water them. Come show me the carrots you grew. Okay, so we're going to learn about breeding foals today, and going to continue on the Green Thumb quest, for the carrots that we've grown. Actually, are these ready yet? Oh, they're ready too. And the Timothy hay is registering as alright so far. Hopefully it stays that way. Never had so many bugs when growing crops. So let's see, I'm trying to think what's going to be the best way to do this. I think we're going to go to Lupine Meadow first and do that quest, because I'm kind of debating on whether or not to get a stallion, which we really don't have any money we're working with, but I'm kind of wondering. I don't know why I put straw down when I wanted to use wood shavings. I'm really kind of wondering about getting another horse, because Belle is almost out of her potential, and we might just kind of use that potential up today and kind of move her on and see if we can get another harvester. So I'm not actually going to put bedding down for her right now, because I'm just not sure what I'm doing. If I end up bringing her back, then we'll get her stall all ready to go, but for right now we're just going to get her tacked up, and we're going to go and we're going to do these quests and see kind of where we're at point wise by the time we're done with all this, because it's possible that we might just go ahead and sell her and get something else, because we'll make a little bit of money with her sale. It won't be a lot of profit. It'll probably be about 2,000. But we'll be able to use that to get another horse. And I wouldn't say no to a stallion that has a harvester trait. Which, I don't really want to rush into that, because when mares are pregnant, they can't compete. And right now we only have one mare that can compete. And so there's a lot of debating, but I kind of like to have a horse to train at all times. It's a fun element for me. I always like to be able to have a horse to train and make better, and we're just so low on, we don't have a whole lot of money we're working with, so it kind of results in, let's see, she's still at home. Having to make these decisions. She'll go to a lovely home, and I'm just not as attached to her, sadly. I know that's probably awful to say, but okay, let's get these carrots underway. Oh, these carrots are looking nice. Don't worry, I won't take them from you. I'm sure your horse will enjoy them much more than I would. Here, I've got a few more carrot seeds for you, but no more free seeds now. I have a business to run here. You might need more farm plots to plant these. If you'll talk about it with the carpenter to expand your farm. There's no need to rush, though. The seeds will always wait till next season. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll chat with her a little bit too. A sunny day like this makes me really believe I could stay in Rivershine forever. Just don't tell my old city friends I said that. Not a whole lot of development there, but you know. Did I go out I went out the wrong door. Okay, hold on. We're running around the house like a crazy person. But yeah, I'm really thinking that we're going to make the decision to move Belle on to a new home so we can pick up a stallion that's a little bit closer to what I would love to be able to get a harvester with the clever trait if I could pick in a stallion, which I mean so far I've had no luck getting everything I want trait wise at the auction house. So yeah, it's kind of a bit, you know, I'm probably moving around faster than I should, but I've got to figure out, you know, I need to make money, and I've kind of got a habit of training horses and selling them. I mean, if I'm going to do this playthrough the way I would play it, I tend to sell horses often when they're ones I don't really feel I want to keep, especially with these early ones that don't have very interesting color. You know, they're not going to be, you know, it's not like they're going to be throwing interesting babies, and they don't really have, I mean, she's got the harvester trait, but neither one of her other stats or other traits are ones I want to pass on. And her stats are very low, which, I mean, beginner level they're going to be. But, you know, the higher the stats, the better quality the foal is, so. And a horse with clever traits, even if they start out super low, like at beginner level, they're going to give higher quality foals once their stats are higher. So it's the trouble of something that's really limited. But I think that's what we're going to end up doing. It's kind of a not keeping her for very many days. I know it's like I just, oh yeah, I have this horse, and then, oh, I'm getting rid of her just quickly. Which, I mean, I don't know how other people do their content for their channels. It could be that this is like absolutely horrifying and people don't play the game this way. But, you know, I guess if you're watching this, you're getting how I do things and not what other people do. Which is either a blessing or a curse. I'm not really sure. Got a lot of straw there that time. Let's see, I didn't check to see where Madeline is, if she's at her usual, yeah, she is at her usual place. It did take just a second though. How many points? She's technically on 0, but hasn't used up this last little bit. It's still registering that there's a little bit left. Like a part of a point. Okay, it's gone now. Okay, now she's completely out of potential. We're going to talk to Madeline really quickly. Okay, I was excited to hear from Liam that you built a fertility pasture. I can't wait to see the little foals running around your ranch. Before we get to that, I thought I'd share a bit of advice about caring for pregnant mares and raising foals. After you pair your horses in the fertility pasture, the mare will be pregnant for 7 days. During that time, the mare won't be able to participate in competitions, be sold at auction, so plan on which horse you're going to breed accordingly. After 7 days, your mare will give birth and start nursing. Then she'll be able to compete again, but can't be sold until the foal is grown. Once the foal is born, it'll share a stall with its mother for 7 days until it becomes a young adult and needs more space. Just like nursing mares, foals can't be sold either. I couldn't imagine separating them when they're still so young. Of course, once your foal is older, they'll be able to be trained and participate in competitions and sold at auction just like your other horses. I know this is a lot of information, but don't worry, I'm sure everything will go smoothly. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to hop home and switch out horses because you can't sell the horse you're riding at auction. Probably because then you would have no way to get home if you didn't buy one. So we're going to kind of be heartless and move Belle on to a new home. And hopefully pick up a stallion that's got a little bit more usable traits, or better stats, and a few more traits that I'd like to see. Definitely want to pick up another harvester if I just keep kind of doing that. Either way, I mean, she's going to go to a lovely home, and we did put some training on her, and she's better than she was before. So it's one of those things where we just have to do this for the sake of the ranch, which I forgot that the whole point of Dawn's thing was to build up some points for her flexibility, and now I am in the process of ruining that. Oh, well, it's okay. We'll be able to get her more points. Ride through town at a terrifying speed for people who are walking around on the ground. We have chickens. That's really pretty. Actually, I think that's just a regular bay. First thought he was like a dark dun. Okay, and we're going to sell Belle. She's going to help fund our next horse. Looks like we made a little bit off that. I don't remember exactly what she went for. I should have made a note. But we made a little bit of something, so we can roll that money over and hopefully get a harvester stallion. There's been options of several stallions, but they're just, I mean, I really probably should have bought that really cheap one. Because, or like this, where she has a lot of potential despite everything else. She just doesn't have what I'm looking for. She also went for more. Another mare. Don't need a mare, looking for a stallion. Oh, he's really pretty. It's a shame he's not a harvester. He's a light eater, but he doesn't have what I'm looking for. Another stallion who doesn't have... See, I would even go with the collector trait because you can find money while you're riding around, but I'd like him to have the the clever trait. Okay, here, that's another mare. Dang it. A mare is not what I'm looking for, sadly, even though she has a lot of potential. Okay, here's a stallion. He does not a collector, but he is clever. But the fluffy trait is so useless, and right now, statue points aren't useful to us because we don't have any of that unlocked. So we're going to have to pass. Not even close in terms of what we're looking for. She has really cool markings around her eyes, but she's still not what we're looking for. Flax and liver chestnut. Very, very pretty, but again, a mare. Here's a light chestnut stallion. Sadly, he doesn't have any of the traits I want, but he's really nice to look at least. One more horse, and it's another mare, so we're not going to get a horse today. It's just a shame. So we'll have to try again tomorrow. It's kind of difficult when you want a very specific thing. But it's okay, we'll just kind of... We'll do what we have to do to eventually get what we need. So it's going to be another one of those short days. It's really a shame the auction house didn't have what we were looking for, but we'll just have to keep trying. Get Dawn brushed up. She's all good to go. And we will start another day, and hopefully that day comes with something we can use. Okay, here we go. When I was visiting Lupine Meadow yesterday, I saw some signs that wild horses pass by the trail. I think you might be able to catch some. Come and see me in town if you're interested. Okay, so we are on the verge of being able to catch wild horses. So that kind of slightly changes our plans depending on a few things. So, whoop, wrong button. First things first, let's get Dawn taken care of, and then we're going to go and see about these wild horses. Because pens cost money too, and we might end up spending our money from Belle's sale to getting the first pen, which, I mean, it'll still... Oops, ran into that tree. It'll still take... Oh, you know, we have to wait until there's a sighting of wild horses, but we'll be able to use the pen then. You know, you can't use it if you don't have it. I should take a second and see. He's probably still at home. Yes. Going to go be rude and bother people at home. Even if it's just one, there's no harm in collecting what we find. And we'll get this whole thing with wild horses ongoing, hopefully. We'll see how much money we have left after that. I might be able to do both. I don't remember how much the pen costs. Okay, well, who's ready for an adventure? Believe me, catching wild horses can be a bumpy one for sure. To get started, you need to build a round pen to corral the wild horses in. Lucky for you, I can set those up from you from my shop at a cost, of course. Once it's built, you'll have to find the wild horses in that area and chase them into the round pen. They'll calm down a bit, stop running away from you once they're in the corral. From there, start petting their head and continue to calm them down. After that, make sure to inspect them from all sides to learn about their skills, gender, and coat color. Wild horses usually have lower skills, but they'll always have full potential. After corralling, inspect all the wild horses you'd like and choose wisely which one you'd like to adopt and bring back home. You can only adopt one of them, as the other ones will run away after that. Of course, you need an empty stall to adopt a wild horse. If needed, you can leave the trail to free up some stall space. But keep in mind that if you leave the area they're in, the wild horses that you caught in the corral will stay, but the rest of the herd will leave. Unfortunately, wild horses don't travel through the trails every day, so it might be a little while till you see them. I'll keep an eye out, and when they're passing, I'll send you a letter about it that day. Okay. Oh, we can actually unlock both pens, including the forest pen, at the moment. Oh, that is so tempting, because I'd rather have the forest pen than I would the meadow pen at the moment. Okay, we're going to do the forest pen. Actually, we can get them both. Okay, we did get them both. Okay, we can afford them both. We have, like, no money now, and we can't go to the auction house and get another horse. Which I might see what I have in forage, but I just don't think it's enough to have the money that we need to spend on that. Okay, so this might be one of the shortest days in recording history. But it might work out, and then the next time, hopefully we can, catch our first wild horse. Which I think sounds about right. I mean, we're definitely going to need some money, so we're really in money troubles. Either way, but I think that sounds like a good idea. Actually, wait, I had a couple of seeds that I wanted to see about planting. I think we had some carrot seeds or something. Let's see, barley grows in the summer. Actually, we can grow some cucumbers today. So let's go ahead and put the cucumbers there. And we can plant some Timothy hay there. Yeah, hold on. We're going to do a little bit of crop farming. Just for this second. We're going to go ahead and we'll plant the carrots there. And then we'll fill this one with carrots also. And then, now that we have the fertilizer recipes, we can do rich fertilizer. And make and get extra stuff off the crop fields. So it may not be enough fertilizer to do everything, but we'll do most we can. Yeah, we didn't really able to do everything, but we at least have full plots for some things. Which every little bit of Timothy helps. So, yeah, I think that's a good place to stop for now. And next time, with any luck, we will be able to catch our first wild horse of the game. And I'll explain a few little side things I'd like to do for that, you know, my own personal additions. So, but that is for next time. So until then, I bid you all adieu, and I will hopefully see you all in the next installment.